Good morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. Today, we are going to get this strawberry patch taken care of. It is looking a whole entire mess, y'all. Like, you see this? His runners everywhere. And someone left a comment that they are in the Richmond area, in that they would help me take some of these off of my hand. I will put some into containers, and if you see this video, if you are the person who said that, let me know, because we can meet up. And I said containers. I'm gonna put them in some pots, some little tiny pots. If you want some, let me know. I will hold on to them for you. You can probably either email me or message me on IG, and we can meet. I will definitely give you some, because I'm gonna be pulling a lot of these out of the garden. Look, y'all, don't pay attention to this. Went out last night. It's my edge control. It done flaked up on me, and I'm not willing to go and fix it. The other thing that we're going to do, we hope we're going to do, I am so much saying I'm going to do this. We are going to straighten up the compost pile. The things that are in these bags, it is so old. I am so surprised it doesn't smell like really bad over here. But we're gonna go ahead and flip this compost pile as well today. And I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm thinking about going ahead and pull the radishes that have not bulbed up yet, because again, it's getting chilly, and I just want to give these collards over here some time to get established in this bed. So we'll probably do that today too. It's not horribly cold out here. It is a bit chilly. I think it's at like the 50s today. So that's what we're gonna do today. So let's go ahead and get into it, because I also have to work today. Keep on. Okay, hey, back up. Puppy, move. Move, girl. We are gonna go ahead and put some soil in some pots, because with strawberries, they grow from crowns. They are perennial, which means they will grow back next year. But you still have to have spacing, and strawberries reproduce at an alarming rate. And I don't have anywhere else to put them. So whatever I pull out is gonna go in the compost pile to break down. My dog is chewing on something. To break down and feed the garden next year. And I will show you. This soil is pretty dry, so I have to water it once I get them transplanted into these containers, pots, because yeah, it's pretty dry. Oh, and this is just the Miracle Grow Organic Performance. So we gonna fill these pots up, and then we're gonna go and start to, I don't even know where to start in that bed. There's so many of them. But I'm probably gonna leave these in the greenhouse in a flat that I can water from the bottom until I hear from someone. I'm doing 6 right now, but if I pull out a whole lot more, I may just keep them, because I can put them in pots. I had some in the greenhouse that I neglected to use this year. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do first thing today, is pot up these strawberries. Okay, so we are over here. By the way, Home and Garden Trends, they are having a Black Friday sale on these stools and a lot of other stuff on their website. So they're always linked in my description. So if you're interested, you can go check out the page, see what they have. If you did not sign up on the link for like the early VIP special, just, you can go over there on Black Friday, see what they have. Cause yeah, I love this thing. It's old, you can tell. I've had it for a while, and it's very well used, but I love it. All right, so listen, these strawberries are everywhere. They are everywhere, y'all. So like, this is a runner. That's a strawberry runner. It came from the mother plant. And so I can see where it has the roots. I can plant this into some soil and grow another strawberry. And I cannot explain how many of these there are out here. So we're gonna go ahead and start pulling these, cause yeah. And when you replant it, make sure you don't cover that middle leaf, because that's where the plant is gonna grow next year when it starts to grow again. But they come back every year. And these right here are growing on, oh my goodness, they're growing through the plastic because there was dirt on the soil, got on the plastic. Look at that, that's 2 in 1. There's 2 just right there. And I'm only pulling what's in the walkway right now. This is wild. If soil gets on this weed barrier, look at that. All of those are runners that I can pot up and give to someone else. But I'm more concerned with just like getting only a few in the bed. Like, that's my whole thing. I shouldn't have this many strawberries in one place. But strawberries, they're gonna run, and they're just gonna keep planting, making new strawberries. And you can keep the runners, or you can keep the mother plant. The plants will need to be replaced eventually. Like if you're in a small space like me, they'll need to be replaced eventually. But I imagine I'm leaving runners when I do this every year. So it'll never be my thoughts are, it'll never be that I have to take out this whole bed at any point and replant new strawberry plants, because I get new strawberry plants every year. And so how I'm pulling these is basically, I'm just going and making a line in between with some spacing. So if there is a plant in that line, I'm pulling it out. That's it. For me, nothing super special that I'm doing here. Just thinning them, honestly. So if I'm going down and I've made a path, then if there's a plant in there, I'm pulling it. And I'm not leaving them very close together, because next year these same plants will make more runners. And the ones that have intruded on the bed behind them, we're pulling those too. And then in the line, if they're close, I'm making space in the line as well. So that's all I'm doing to thin out these strawberries. Like there's a whole cluster right here. So I'm gonna pull some of those. So the bed is not as pretty as it was and uniformed as when I first made it, but the strawberries still grow regardless. But I do this every year in fall. That's when I do it. And then once they die back, you can cut them down. Like you can mow them down and you can cover them with leaves. I just let them die back at this point. I did used to cut them down and cover them, but they seem to come back just fine. Every year without me doing that. So I don't take that extra step anymore. There's still gonna be quite a few in this bed, but nothing like it was. And if you like really want to save all of them, it would be better to dig them, but I have enough runners that it doesn't matter if I mess up a few of them. So just gonna move down a little more and find a line and start pulling them out. There's strawberries still in here too. Let me see. They're still trying to grow. I saw, oh yeah, right here. I'm just gonna pull them because they're not gonna do anything. But look, there's already strawberries in there. Pass them over to the girls. They like them. It's a whole tree trying to grow in my strawberry bed. So now, that's what we have. Those are the only strawberry plants I'm going to leave to come back next year. Looks much more bare than it did when we started. And that is the pile of things that came out of it. And so we're just gonna take some of these, some of the better looking ones like this, and pot them up. And we'll grow new strawberries maybe in someone else's garden next year. Okay, so I've pulled out some of the pretty decent ones that I didn't tear up when I was pulling them out. And so literally, I'm just gonna dig a hole here and stick them down in there, making sure not to cover the one in the middle. And then I'm gonna put it in a flat, and I'll grow these, or someone will grow these again next year. Okay, so now that is done. We're going to move on to the compost pile. The other thing that we need to do today is finish mulching. My son finally got me enough leaves. He said got me 6 bags, so that should be enough for the compost pile and also enough to finish mulching the bed. So we're gonna move on to the compost pile. By the way, I am loving the clear delineation of the 2 beds now, because the strawberries had gone all over here. I'm now seeing that I could have got more plants back here in this bed, but originally the strawberries were everywhere. So a nice clear delineation between this bed and the strawberry bed. So I'm hopeful that this is a safe space. Because when I start pouring this stuff out here, I am sure it's gonna be disgusting. I mean, it's been out here for a while. So this is the quail bedding from when I cleaned their container out. I kind of shot myself in the foot with this because I cleaned out the garden for summer and then I put it all in here, but I never turned the compost. And so a lot of it is at the bottom and it's not mixed, it's not layered. So normally with compost, you want carbons, those are your brown, your dry things. You want nitrogen, which are your green things that are still alive, per se. Or that was living at some point. And then you want, water. So you need your greens, you layer it with your carbons. It's still gonna break down. It's probably not gonna warm up as much as it would, as quickly as it would have if I had done this correctly. But right now, we just wanna go ahead and get it turned, because what's over here did get layered as it should have. What's in here did not. So everything that's in these bags was living at some point. So we're gonna just pour it out and layer it here. Oh God. Most of it is probably already broken down. I have grass that a friend saves for me all summer long. That's in the front. This is lint from the dryer, so you can put that in here too. But it's literally, I'm pretty sure when I clean fish from going fishing, that's also in here. This is not gonna be a good thing. The thing is, as long as you have enough carbon, it's gonna hold the smell down. It's just getting it all in here first. And oh God, there's one. There is one and it smells horrible. I don't know what it was. Paper towels. I know some people say, don't do it. I do. At a point, my mother was also keeping her scraps for me. So, kind of just said, hey, don't do that anymore. I'm not keeping up with the compost pile like I should. But we getting it done. So I decided against turning this whole compost pile over into here. I turned some compost into here. And now I'm just gonna wet it so that the microbes and the compost on the top can start to move down, and also so the things that I put in here for summer can get moist, because you need water for the things to start to break down. That's a part of the whole composting thing. Okay, so now that I've talked myself out of flipping that compost pile, there's my daughter. She's about to clean the porch because it looks a hot mess. So we're basically doing all the jobs that we didn't do in the summer, and getting things straightened up, cleaned up. You know what? But what I was gonna say is, now that I've talked myself out of cleaning out or flipping the compost pile, We are going to mulch the beds. We are going to fertilize the beds. The lettuce is being shaded pretty badly by the collards and the kale. So we're probably going to move some of that too. And then there's weeds. Another reason why I'm very ready to get the beds mulched, because mulch will also help with the weeds that are trying to come in here and grow. Some cold damage, y'all. Unfortunate, but still got all of those pretty plants. I don't know what's happening here. I think it's the cold. This is a collard, but I think it's the cold that's making it do that. But they still look really good. So we're gonna fertilize today too. I did a lot of cleanup, but I didn't record it because I was just kind of all over the place with that. But we're about to go ahead and mulch. Like I said, my son got me some leaves, so we're gonna go ahead and mulch. Another thing I'm thinking about doing is this bed right here. I think I'm gonna grab some of the broken down stuff that's in the chicken coop area or even in the quail area. Like I might clean out the bottom of the quail area and then drop it in here so that I'm not buying soil to fill this bed back up, and it'll break down over the winter. I feel like this video is all over the place because at this point I'm just doing the things that need to be done before winter gets here. But I hope it's somewhat helpful somewhat helpful for you. The kohlrabi, let me show y'all real quick. And you know what, I was gonna do that in this video and completely forgot. So next video I will be showing you how to make kohlrabi, because I think I'm gonna be in the house. We're gonna be setting up the hydroponics system since it's starting to get cool outside, so we can grow inside. And I got some seeds from Baker Creek that I think I can grow in it. They're mini varieties, or what do you call them? Dwarf varieties. And so we're going to be putting those into the hydroponics growing system. And I gave one to a friend, but Let Pot is offering me another one, an updated one. So we'll see what the one I have is, like how that one works and how the upgraded one works too. So they're still growing. I had pulled 2 out because I gave 2 to a coworker, but they're looking really good. And the ones over here are also starting to bulb. So I'll be able to get my fix of kohlrabi this year for sure. And I will grow this many next year too. I'm absolutely loving them. You do hear people say, leave your leaves where they are. It's good for insects. It's good for birds. It's good for things. And they are, but in my case, it's what I'm using to mulch. The rest of the leaves in the backyard, at least, they stay on the ground. But the ones in the front, we rake them, we bag them, and we use them for the garden. But it's not a bad idea to leave them where they are for the wildlife. And so I think I said it in another video that you can, mulch these, cut them up with the lawnmower or something like that. But I don't do that. If my son happens to want to do it that way that day, then he will do that. But I don't require it because the leaves will start to break down. They will break down quicker and easier. Quicker. They'll break down quicker. I'm all over the place today. They'll break down quicker if you mulch them, make them smaller. But either way, they will break down. Okay, so everything is mulched except for this bed right here. And that is because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead, pull the radishes, give the leaves to the chickens, and go ahead and transplant the things that I wanted to transplant into this bed. So whatever is not a radish, the chickens will get some feed today. Okay, so my phone went dead and I just kept working because I'm getting tired now. I got everything accomplished today that I wanted to get accomplished, even the compost pile, even though I didn't flip it. I aerated it. I took the fork through it and aerated it. So that old pile will be breathable now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.